And hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Okay, we are back again. Week 8, episode 8.
Who's keeping track?
I'm Victor.
I'm Nick.
Ryan.
2 movies, as usual. Ryan's picks. Ryan's picks.
Your picks. What do we got, boy?
We're talking Seoul Station first, and then we're going to be talking about The Crown Jewel. I Spit on Your Grave remake from 2010.
Oh, yeah.
Lord.
So, Nick, what is the synopsis for Seoul Station?
Seoul Station. Seoul Station is the animated prequel to the 2016 South Korean smash zombie movie hit Train to Busan. It's pretty simple. All these people living around the train station in Seoul, South Korea, they are suddenly besieged by a zombie epidemic. Zombies start rising up and infecting the populace. So we follow this young girl running for her life through the city, through the train tunnels, all the while her boyfriend and father search for her in the city. And it's just kind of an adventure as they dodge zombies, look for places to hide, and try to survive this mess.
Yeah, that's...
Now, first off, have you all seen Train to Busan?
Yep.
I love that.
I remember really
really good.
liking
It's
it.
a great zombie movie. Definitely a highlight zombie film. And what do we think of Seoul Station?
I hate the animation so much, I don't even want to talk about the
The
animation.
animation was really inconsistent for
I
me.
thought it was
Awful.
the ugliest looking thing.
Dude,
In terms of anime,
like, the backgrounds look nice,
Yeah.
but
that
golly, man.
blur that was on every movement.
Yeah, okay, there was
I
blur
was-
Especially on the
sometimes.
zombies.
Yeah.
Dude.
Dude, okay, the zombies, that was an issue of mine. It felt like they were repeating character models.
They
for
were.
for
They
the
were, I'm
crowd.
sure they
Okay,
were.
then yeah.
I saw the same dude with the white short sleeve button up like 1,000 times.
Yeah, there was a striped shirt zombie, there was tank top girl zombie, there was business suit zombie, patient zombie, doctor zombie.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Ugh.
So what were you guys' thoughts? What were your impressions?
I liked how it kind of opened
Yeah.
because it felt like they're setting up all these random situations at the opening of the movie,
Sure, yeah.
and it felt like it was gonna they were gonna take each one of those and go somewhere with it.
Right.
And I mean, for the most part, they did.
Kind of, yeah.
There's not really character development of
Yeah.
any kind, but I mean, they did have interesting pairings of characters put together.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
I can agree to that.
But at the same time, I feel like I didn't know any of these people.
I kind of got the main character, she's had a tough past.
Right, you
and
get a
her
bit of
boyfriend, her have
information.
issues due to him,
Selling
being
her
lazy
out.
and stuff.
Yeah. But at the same time, it just reminded me, okay, so yeah, this is a prequel to another film, and when I was watching this movie, I couldn't help but think of what made the first movie work so well. Namely, specifically, its characters. Because in Train to Busan, you had that father who was like a business guy, and he was kind of estranged from his daughter. He's not a very good father, so he's trying to up his dad game and do this thing for her daughter.
Yeah.
And then you got the other dad on the train who's expecting a kid with his wife. He's on the train. And you got that really asshole business guy who's throwing everyone to the zombies so he could live just a little bit longer. There's a lot of great characters in that movie. And in Seoul Station, it's okay, the setups are there.
I
but-
did like the brother of the guy that died.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was his brother? I thought that was just a cover so he can get into a homeless shelter.
He just kept saying bro, so I'm just calling him the brother because he said he was
Okay.
his brother.
I wished he died sooner. He was so annoying. I couldn't stand him.
Really? I liked him. I was like, this is a good character.
God,
This one.
take a shot.
I like this one.
Drinking game opportunity. Take
Bro.
a shot every time someone cries in this movie.
oh my god.
Everyone needs to cry so long and so drawn out. And
My least
really over the
favorite
top.
crying scene was in the train station, the tunnel or the subway station, whatever
Oh
the heck
yeah,
it was.
with the
I
homeless guy.
don't
and
have
the
a
girl.
home. Wow!
Yeah, at the core of it, I was like, okay, that's an emotional little
Yeah.
thing they're feeling, but it came out so comedically. It was just like,
No.
it was just the way you could see it like a SpongeBob episode or something. They just start wailing.
It made me think of SpongeBob with his grandma.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I want cookies too. Got the garden hose eyes going and everything.
yeah.
Oh, my
Super funny.
God. Yeah, I was kind of trying to hold a straight face watching it.
That was one of my
a
notes,
smirk
dude. I was like,
just escaped
so
me.
much crying misery porn. It was just like,
Jeez, man.
how, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this felt pretty hopeless.
It did. No, it was
the story was
it was
like
very bleak.
Yeah.
It was.
And
yeah.
but it wasn't like the right kind of bleak, because as I watched this movie more and more, I lost interest dramatically.
I
I was like
Whoa,
I was like
yeah.
I was like a stock market chart. So like we're experiencing some rise here. It's looking pretty good, and then just downward spiral. Just a big old
Dude, it
slope.
went fast.
right from the
Jeez
opening,
Louise.
I did not like the animation as it started.
Animation style just stunk.
And from there, and then
What?
you had that really obvious line. The very first line's like, "Well, I think we should have, what is it? Healthcare for all." And it was just like,
Yeah.
how obvious
This-
can you get?
Yeah, this movie's pushing some kind of agenda regarding homelessness
Yeah,
and
and it's
healthcare.
so
It's so
homelessness,
it's,
healthcare, and
Doi.
economic, not freedom, economic like equality.
it's
Exactly.
It's
It was
really
like
forced.
in your face.
and
no subtlety.
I was
got
so
old.
bored watching this. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
like
jeez.
nothing.
was
And you know what?
No.
Did this need to be animated? I think I should have saved this for the end, but did this need to be animated?
It looks dreadful.
I would have rather
I-
just had like a short film.
I think there's a lot less tension when it's animated.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when they're fighting
there was
zombies,
no tension
I
in
didn't
any of this.
when they were fighting zombies, hardly ever. But there was no tension. I didn't
No.
feel any tension, and
That was one of my complaints.
there was
in my
even like
notes.
good animated gore. They hardly even tried to kill them, and when they did
Dude.
kill them, it was pathetic.
Like I liked the reveal of the first zombie. That
Yeah,
was cool.
That was neat.
But that was just because it was creative. It wasn't like super violent or anything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm watching Goblin Slayer, and that's
It was kind
so
of
gory, and this is just so tame compared to everything else I'm watching.
Yeah.
kind of reminded me of the classic Resident Evil zombie reveal.
yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was why I
Where
liked
he was like
it.
the
It
head
felt
turns.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Geez, like the World War Z is more violent than this. The movie, even the unrated
Well-
version. I mean, yeah, but
It kind of is.
I mean, everyone says that movie's tame, but that's because it's
Well,
different.
it helps that that's more grounded and realistic, and
Yeah,
this is like it's just a
Seoul
cartoon.
Station. It's pathetic how much blood is spilled. There's hardly any. I was
Right.
really disappointed.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, this is just like a common complaint, but like close a door when you run from zombies.
Seriously,
Dude, close a door.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
not.
gonna eat a fry to that one.
Man, dude,
Yeah.
this gal runs through like a billion doors and just leaves them wide open for them to run and keep chasing her.
disgraceful.
Ugh. Yeah, this was not what I was expecting at all.
Very
And
disappointing. And it
I liked the twist.
there was a
Did you?
okay. So
I
yeah,
did. I was a sucker, and I was like, I like that.
Why did you like it?
First up, spoilers. Let's just get that.
Doesn't matter. The twist is the dad is her pimp, and he found her online and wants money that she owes him. So
I must admit, it was a creative
That was
Yeah.
twist that I was not expecting, but
from
also
that
I was
point-
like,
I
what's
still didn't care.
what's the point?
You were that far into a
But
bad movie.
continue.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Still, but yeah,
It was
great.
cool, and they then sacrifice the boyfriend character, and he gets his throat slashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Whoa, we're
Sure.
starting to actually pull
The
punches."
stakes actually feel like they're
Yeah, I started to feel
Rising.
something from
Yeah.
the last bit, and
Yeah.
then it's this like thriller where it's this pimp looking for this girl that owes him money.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "This is good now. This should have been the whole movie. Screw the zombies,
And I
dude."
liked
Yeah.
the location too.
But
It was in
since
those
it's a
model
zo-
homes.
Yeah,
that was
that was
very, very
sick.
interesting.
But
I wonder
since
if there was
it's
like
a
a
zombie-
metaphor to that or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it becomes
Some-
this thriller at the end of it, but at the same time, that's what I hate most about zombie movies, when they take the focus away from the zombies and it's the human conflict.
I couldn't
solely.
wait to get away from that monotony, dude.
I mean, yes.
running from zombies, talk. Running from zombies, cry.
I'll admit it's
Yeah.
better than this zombie stuff, but just in
Yeah.
general, I'm still at a conflict because that's just generally what I hate
Yeah.
about a lot of zombie movies. Just make the zombies the sole
Because
antagonist.
usually the writing in those things are just so boring. Like
Not all the time.
Well, but like when it
Usually.
comes to like the human drama stuff, it can just get kind of if it's always so bleak, it's never like that interesting to watch because
It's not interesting
just-
to watch people just be meh.
Yeah, we got to survive. All right. So did the
Cool.
last
Then you go-
cast of characters in the last movie.
So you
But
can
that's
watch a funny zombie movie. Or,
That's yeah.
Zombieland,
Shaun of the
not
Dead.
my cup of tea. So I guess
I'll watch
I'm
Shaun of the
out
Dead.
of
no,
that.
well,
Shaun of the
Shaun of the
Dead's
Dead.
good.
Then go Shaun of
That's
the
a
Dead.
good one. I
But
did.
anyways,
the ending was fine.
Yeah, the ending was okay. There's good twists, even though I wasn't on board with the story, or at least I stopped caring by that point. It was a neat twist overall, objectively speaking, I guess, because you kind of didn't see it coming. You didn't see it coming.
I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
but
was
then,
so basic with the way it was
Yeah.
written and portrayed. I was like, wow, they actually have some elegance in the writing. Where did this come
Right,
from?
and like
going on
when
here?
it comes out of the shadows, she's like, "That's not my father." And you're just like,
I know.
Wait,
that's
huh?
why I was happy.
Yeah.
what?
Good reveal.
Finally.
Yeah.
And then
And
I
then
don't know why she just died,
Succumbed to the infection, I think.
but it didn't kill like anyone else, right?
No.
Like it killed the brother, but the other dude just turned suddenly.
You know what
Like,
you know what I hated when she came out screaming when before she hit him.
They do that in every movie.
But this one especially.
die
Yeah, because she wasn't
You
even
lost your edge, and
Yeah.
now you're dead. And then,
deserved.
yeah. But then she returns from the dead, takes a nice chomp out of it. Okay, my favorite shot in the movie.
Him getting killed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a profile of them on the bed. She springs up in zombie form, knocks him off the side.
The lantern, or the lamp.
The bedside lamp knocks over, and then they're just shadows. You just hear the screams and the gore and the
That was
snarling.
cool.
That
was a
that
good
was
shot.
that was mint.
Yeah.
That was a mint shot.
The last 10 minutes of the movie are pretty good.
The rest of it,
this
the
stunk.
meat of this zombie movie, the
Stunk.
part with all the zombies. No, I can't do it.
If it was done like a short film about a girl and you think it's about her dad finding her and it turns out to be the pimp, turns into the thriller, and then it turns into a zombie movie, that would have been wild.
Yeah,
Sure.
If
yeah.
it was sold like that, that would be insane,
Yeah.
dude.
But unfortunately, feature length animated film.
Trash.
It felt so long. What was it, like
Dude.
an hour 40 something?
Yeah,
Was it
it was an
even
hour and a
that?
half.
Yeah, I
Was
like,
an hour and a
it
half?
even an hour 40?
No, that was
It
that's
felt like
Spit
2.
on the Grave, which was an hour 40.
I'm gonna spit on their grave.
No, but going back to the animation for a bit, I didn't get this
Oh,
thought
yeah.
out because I was kind of buried for a second. Another thing I didn't like about the animation was the inconsistency of motion. Sometimes it was choppy
Yeah.
looking, other times it was really smooth and kind of pretty.
The
flowing.
frame rate did not match in like
It didn't.
It was clear, like, I don't know if it was a budget thing where they're like, we have enough for like
Yeah.
certain sections, but it seemed really inconsistent, almost exclusively with hordes and like multiple zombies on screen.
Yes.
So I think it was sacrificing for numbers rather than like have a few for smooth motion,
Yeah.
which sucks.
Have you seen
and then
it?
again, I just thought back to the first movie. They had those large crowds of zombie extras, and they look amazing. They look
Well, yeah,
awesome.
That's a different.
people.
Yeah.
Still, this is a follow up movie that makes you think of how great the predecessor was.
I just thought about how much I disliked this one.
And
Have you
that
s-
too.
Have you seen an anime with that kind of art style?
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I think it's the new Berserk season is exclusively this style now. And I was like, bruh, why you doing
That's
this?
weird. Is that the Netflix version?
Is it Netflix that's doing it?
Oh, I don't know. I thought they had a Netflix series. With it.
There's the Berserk trilogy, the movies on there on Netflix.
Okay. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. It looks so ugly because I mean, I feel like I don't know if it was
They
more
would've
traditional
elevated it?
art style. I feel like it would have added to it.
Yeah, I
it
think
wouldn't.
so.
It wouldn't have been.
This isn't hand animated, is it?
No, it's 3D.
It just okay. It just looks like it. I was about to say, like, if this was hand animated, this would have been really cool, but it's not.
It would have been it's cheaper to do like 3D animation computer wise than do anything else, so they did the cheap way.
Yeah,
Maybe they didn't have the budget for it.
I was gonna say because
but
it's
like it's dookie. It looks so awful.
I wonder if they had freaking Busan in mind when they made this because was it the same year?
This came out
or-
the same year.
This
as
is
Busan.
2016.
Okay, I guess it is listed as a prequel, but I wonder like
Yeah, this has nothing to do with Train to Busan, other than
just the fact that it's setting up the crisis.
yeah, and it's
Yeah, you
set
can
and
see where it started, which you don't see where it started because you don't know where the first guy got bit.
yeah, and
What the heck?
yeah,
Yeah.
and because the train pulls into the Seoul Station at one point in the first movie, that dictates it, making it another movie about another location that's less interesting and less compelling. Mm-hmm. Also, the zombies are not the zombies from the first movie. In the first movie, they were blind and deaf and really ravenous. They got the ravenous part, but but
They're
they were not.
relentless in this one.
Yeah.
They were not blind or deaf, so
Not even close.
these can't be the same zombies.
I guess there was like one scene that I kind of liked, even though I was still bored out my mind, was when she was like the main like character was like walking on this.
Oh, the iron girders or whatever.
Yeah, and behind
They're
her
just,
all
like,
these
jumping
zombies.
at
Yeah,
her.
I thought it was a
That's
pretty cool shot, but so far,
If she didn't like cry through half of that, I would have liked it a lot more.
Okay, if there wasn't crying, everyone was just kind of like doing all the gasping and grunt noises. Just.
Well, I mean that's anime.
But this one here was so annoying, especially. I can do it in other anime when I get around to other anime.
like, Mom, I promise I'm not watching porn.
I just couldn't stand it. I was just on top of being one of those days. Just
Yeah.
there was too much of that kind of noise too prominent in this one. It was too prominent. I think
I agree.
It was way noticeable.
Turned down my TV at points. I'm just like,
This
is annoying me.
ridiculous. I was tempted to fast forward this movie. I should have fast forwarded this movie.
I did.
oh
I should have muted the goddamn TV.
I mean, subtitles were on. You could have.
yeah.
I really could have.
Wouldn't have missed anything other than. Duh.
Hindsight is a hell of a drug.
Hindsight.
But yeah, I'm gonna give this one like.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going ratings now. All right.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I think I'm done. Yeah,
Boring.
I'll just
Yeah.
I'll finish off with the jail cell scene. That was probably the most potential.
I was gonna say that
That was aight.
set up for potential. I was like, oh, okay, this will be interesting.
Yeah,
And then I was
like
like, I
like
don't
the
really care
arms
anymore.
flailing around trying to get at the living people.
Yeah.
That's a neat image and decent on the animations part.
Sure.
But the character drama was just flatline.
Barzo.
Borzo. You have
Yeah.
a guy holding someone at gunpoint. Why? How? There's already tension in that. Saying that out loud,
Right.
and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, it's kind of
This is a boring, unnecessary prequel. Does not warrant visiting.
Man, I want to say I'm going between like 1.5 and 2. I don't know. I honestly don't know which. Like I'm like 2 because I'm like concept is cool, but then I'm like 1.5 because I would never in my life watch this again, like ever.
I started
Yeah.
at 3 when I started this, and then it came down to a 2.5, and then a 2, then a 1.5. I think probably 1 or 1.5.
I'll go 1.5. You're 1.
I'll do 1.5 actually.
Okay, what you have, Victor?
God, it sucks because
Whoa.
it wasn't incompetent, but dude, yeah, I would never.
Can you imagine
Ever.
sitting
No.
through it one more time?
That
No.
sounds like a nightmare.
I don't wanna
dude.
watch this
I'd rather
again.
work an entire month 9 to 5 than watch this again.
Yeah, just go watch Train to Busan again. It's a fantastic picture.
Yeah, like a 1.5.
Yeah, it's not good.
No,
Did nothing for
This
me.
stunk, everybody.
Yeah.
Stay away from this one.
don't track it. Don't seek it. Don't watch it. Don't view it. Don't take a look.
I don't even think hardcore zombie junkies could get a lot
Not
out
even
of this.
zombie
I mean,
fans, I think, would like this.
Because I would say,
Because there's hardly any gore.
Is Nick the biggest zombie fan out of all of us?
Well, Brian, are you? What's your zombie take? Are you a zombie guy?
I'm more zombie video game guy than movie zombie guy.
Okay, yeah,
You're more movie zombie guy.
I'm big on zombie movies. I don't even like this. There's little. It ignores the zombies in the finale. There's not any gore. The zombies are repetitive looking in design, and just all this drama you've seen in better zombie movies.
yeah.
Or at least the setups were neat, but they didn't act on it enough.
Yeah.
They didn't follow through on developing them.
Yeah, unfortunately, just didn't do a lot for all of us. That's,
Just don't watch it.
Just don't. Yeah.
Cut it out.
No recommendation there. Sorry to the creators,
Do
but
not watch.
we don't like it.
Creators, F you. Make better movies, please.
I mean,
That's pretty harsh.
Okay, fine, but just you done effed up. You done.
Hey, at least he came back with the feature
exactly.
Busan.
was
At least he
Busan
actually-
after this? Did Busan come out after this?
So it looks like Train to Busan was in July in Korea, and the station was in August in Korea.
Okay.
So they
So,
might
Made
have
them
yeah.
work like the same time.
yeah, they might have worked side by side on these.
Okay. Well, still come
Just
back.
watch
come
Train to
back from
Busan.
this.
Literally, if you skip this, you don't miss anything.
You
So,
really don't. I heard there's a sequel to Train to Busan coming though, like an
Yeah.
actual live action sequel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's hope that's better.
Same guy too, so that's cool.
Okay, moving on. Let's get the next one going.
All
Or actually-
right.
All right.
I really want to talk about this.
I can't wait to talk about this
Oh,
one.
gosh.
I Spit on Your Grave from 2010.
All right.
What's the
All
synopsis?
I Spit on Your Grave is a remake of the 1978 cult horror classic. This writer retreats to a cabin in the woods out in the middle of nowhere. She finally finds herself besieged by some redneck types, and they end up brutally raping her and assaulting her. It's just the most despicable thing you can imagine. But then as the months go on, they start getting signs that something ain't right, that they're being taunted by someone. And this girl, it turns out, girl's alive, and she's going out on a revenge quest and just laying the smackdown on these fools. It's just, it's straight savagery. This movie is savage.
Did you say months?
Yeah, month. Just
Throughout the month. Okay.
Throughout the month.
I was like,
That's
does this
what I
take
meant.
place after months?
No. Well, they said a month went by in the movie.
Oh, I did not remember that.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
let's get something out of the way. Stephen R. Monroe, Lisa Hanson, Paul Hertzberg, and Stuart Morris. Shame on every last one of you. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
What?
I hate this
You
movie.
hated this one?
Yeah, I don't.
What are you talking about?
I was so anxious watching this.
This is one of the worst
Being
movies
anxious and hating a movie, that's two different things.
I-
You
I
can-
like-
anxious?
I like this movie.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
What?
That's
I
interesting.
really-
This is garbage.
I won't watch it again, but I thought it was pretty good.
Interesting.
This is
okay.
one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Ever?
What's it to you? What's it to you? What's doing it for you?
It's filth.
Yeah.
This movie is wretched.
I'm curious, Nick. Why do you like this?
Because it made me have an anxiety attack watching it, and horror movies hardly do that anymore these
Okay,
days.
that's fair.
So like after a pretty mundane setup, then like the tension starts rising and
Dude,
everything.
I almost turned it off after this mundane setup. It's so bad in the opening.
Yeah,
I think that was the only
happens.
decent part, in my opinion.
Oh, you
I
didn't like it
hated
either.
all of it.
It's despicable. I'm sorry.
I think it's supposed to be despicable.
Well, no. So yes, I understand that it's an exploitation film. It's supposed to be gross and blah blah blah. But like, there's no point to make this film. Why,
Dude.
Why would you need to remake this film?
And the worst part,
Did you see the original? Did we see the original?
I think Brian's seen it, right?
I've seen it in bits.
I never saw the original.
But like, again, why do you need
you
to
see the
remake that?
original?
No.
Okay.
But
Why remake it?
why remake the original film? What's the point?
Well,
There's no point to this movie.
What's the point of making like 2 more sequels to this one?
Right?
oh yeah, there's sequels.
Yeah. Which I'm sure.
Those will probably be worse.
Worse.
I'll say
How
those-
could they be? I don't know.
I can at least I can speculate those will be worse.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a stretch, imagining a movie worse than this. It's like, not only is it like, oh, dude, they even trivialize rape.
Trivialized.
Dude.
Like, the way they attempt to have depth and have, like, a message, and then she drops one-liners about being raped. I was so angry by the end of this movie. I had to, like, go and calm myself down. I was like, this is disgusting.
I don't know. I thought it
quite
worked.
shit.
I thought it worked in the revenge aspect.
No,
She's-
it's so distasteful.
okay.
You
Well,
F
hey,
me,
you can-
now I'm gonna F you.
You can like the revenge aspect, but
okay, now I kind of feel bad. I should.
no,
probably
I don't
switch
feel
my-
bad.
Well, I
enjoy it,
felt
but like
something with this movie.
Yeah,
Call
yeah,
me a
okay.
sick bastard, but I was having a reaction with this one. It was seriously gnarly for me. I couldn't. I was
Yeah.
sitting there just all wide-eyed and panicked. I could feel my insides trembling, like a little shake going on.
Well, I mean-
I felt petrified watching this.
Yeah, I fast forward through most of the rape because I just
Me
didn't.
too.
I just didn't want to watch it. Like,
yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna bum myself out watching
yeah,
this.
I sat through Irreversible's rape scene and I was legitimately like in a funk for like a week.
yeah,
I was like, I wish I didn't watch that
because
at
it's
all.
like they do it twice, and it's just like I don't need to see
It
this,
was almost comical. Unfortunately, it's like
Yeah,
got
I-
raped. It's like, here we go again. I was like, dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
that's so insulting to do this twice.
dude. I watched how long. I didn't even watch those scenes, but like they lasted for at least like 5 minutes total.
It was.
It's
it
just
was
like
it was crazy.
I get it that like you need to show this part because then you can like really root for her during the revenge, but like I didn't. I was like, this is just shit. Like none of this is like none of this. Just
I didn't think.
God.
It was,
And the way they handled mental illness with the one character,
okay, that was kind
dude,
of
that
weird.
was
Yeah.
gross too. I was like, really?
Yeah, that was
Just thinking about this film, I'm just like,
Dude, I'm
I
mad.
I'm throwing in the towel.
I should probably leave the room.
No.
I don't know.
This
I,
is-
I
it's-
feel.
I'm
now
actually-
I feel conflicted. Like, do I like the? If I like this movie, am I just? Do I just? I don't,
Listen,
I'm at a conflict of interest here. Now.
this is how it was when you guys hated Neon Maniacs, but I liked it. Although that was not as gross as this. That's not a very good comparison.
This is and like
but
they tried to have a message too
they're
throughout it, and it's like the fact they tried to tie a message into an exploitation film just felt messy.
I don't know. I felt like this movie was trying to make you feel like a rape victim or something.
Then why is like 90% of the movie hanging out with a rapist, dude? That's what I was like. Who wrote this trash? Like,
That was okay.
you
now
start
I
out with her with zero character development other than a rape victim and
No,
like
she's a writer.
sexualized.
she's a writer.
that's it.
That's all you know, though. And like, I don't know what she's writing. I don't know why she's writing it. I
And-
don't know her motivations or
God.
anything. I just know that she needs to go somewhere secluded so she can get raped. Like,
And see, the thing is, too,
Well,
like
writers go places to get their head in the game to write and everything.
yeah,
but
I
at the
like
same
the
time-
Secret Window. They did that in that. That was fun.
same time though, like I'm not a woman, so I wouldn't know this. But like, you go to a gas station, you say you're lost, you're asking for directions, and you got these creeps who
Always.
now know your location.
That's what
They know where you are now.
See, they made her look stupid.
Why would you
too. Like,
go to the location then? Like,
yeah, they made her look like an idiot.
it's like, okay, maybe
Well, no,
she
she just told the one old guy where she was.
no. When she goes to the gas station and the rapists are there,
Okay.
and
Like,
they're
ask
like,
him directly.
like,
Okay,
oh yeah, I know where that
remember
is.
now. I
It's a
remember-
beautiful
I remember.
cap, right? I feel like I don't know. I feel like at that point I'd be like,
No,
I'm gonna
I-
actually not go there.
I know. I think this movie was trying. I'm having a tough time defending it now. You guys are just barraging it with.
That's
That's
fine.
'cause it's real
I want to.
bad.
I want to.
I know.
I want to hear your why you are defending it. That's
No, I think from my
because there
point
are
of
people
view-
that really like this film.
From my
So,
point of view,
Yeah.
it's supposed to make you feel like a rape victim.
Okay.
Like, the rape goes on for an insanely long time. It's hard to get out of your head, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. And then the revenge part comes in. She's just giving them a taste of their own medicine, like just torturing them and just straight, I don't know, just ravaging them with all these different means of torture. All these painful methods. That's my just me. I can't speak for like any rape victims or anyone that's experienced trauma like this, but just sort of there's the. Let me get my thoughts.
You're
here.
good.
It's just this is intense. Even just talking about it for me, and I'm not even like. I don't know. This movie did things to me I didn't think it would do, and I feel very strongly about it.
I feel if you watch any movie with like a really like gnarly rape scene,
Well, see, I've seen.
it feels like
it feels pretty
not
dirty.
good.
Well,
Yeah.
I've seen rape scenes in other movies, but this one felt especially heinous.
Oh, for
No,
sure.
it's mainly because of the degradation that goes with it. Like the way
Yeah.
they talk to her during it, just it ate me, and I was just like, dude, I hate this.
I
so
imagine
much.
Yeah.
there's assholes like that in the world.
Oh, there are.
right. Yeah.
yeah.
There absolutely are.
But it's like God, we don't even watch that.
And then she starts killing these guys. And then she starts killing these guys. She's gonna revel in it a little bit. She's gonna truly make them pay, however and whatever it takes to get some justice for what happened to her.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of my standpoint on it. Just what I thought about the mindset of this picture.
Did you root for her at the end?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, man,
those
I
fuckers
was-
had to die.
Dude, I hated her just as much by the end.
Yeah. So I stopped this movie like halfway to go hang out with my friend.
Oh wow!
And she came and watched it with like the last 50 minutes of it with me. And it was funny because just before we were talking about how we hate torture porn films, I'm like, hey, I'm actually watching this movie. You want to watch it?
Yeah,
And at the end of it, we're just like, yeah, I don't like her. Like,
Yeah,
just
she's
because,
awful.
like, okay, if from an objective point of view, everything that happened in this movie was bad. What happened to her was awful. But what she did to them was awful. And in terms
I
of
don't think
morals, like just this is a bad thing. This is also a bad thing.
Well-
they don't.
I saw
They're
it
both
as
bad.
like
They don't-
you need to stop the bad thing by doing bad thing to
Right.
make bad thing stop.
I
And that's just an
saw it-
ugly viewpoint. That's just an ugly way of looking at things.
I saw it as
It's gross.
Men hardly know what it's like to be raped. I mean,
Yeah.
they don't have. This is going to sound. I can't even. I have to change my. I have to change my phrasing around. I
And
can't.
we got
This is a touchy film.
automatically demonetized before, but this is just oh god. Like women got for lack of better speaking, they got more orifices than us, and it's men don't really know that feeling. I should say men don't. They're not as they get raped too, but they're not as raped as women are. Like I imagine,
Right.
the numbers are lower than
Right.
women, and so I feel men can't feel that emotional pain. She's going to make himself through physical pain that's just as terrifying and awful as rape.
Yeah, they make that very obvious because the guys clearly they don't show any remorse. That's just
So why should she show remorse?
yeah. I mean, in terms
Kill
of
them.
like the characters,
I just
from their standpoint, I get what you're saying, but when it ends, it's like, what's the point? Like, everyone just did awful things to each other. Congratulations.
I'm glad she killed him.
Yeah, like totally, like good. Like those were yeah,
I just wish
Despicable human beings.
it's just the writing, dude. Like
yeah. It doesn't.
she had like 3 to 4 one-liners per guy,
Yes,
and I was like,
I didn't
it
know
was
this
just
is-
repeats of what they
the
said to
worst.
her. It was kind of a little.
yeah, she's throwing it back in their face.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But then
It
she
just-
had more,
Yeah, why not?
I think the problems with those scenes too.
dude. Because it's so like not only like lighthearted to throw in a one-liner, but like it's so like
I didn't think it was.
they're not used in that context. It just felt so out of place for me.
I didn't think so.
Guys
I
like
think there
"F
was-
you," she's like, "You already did that."
I like
Now
that.
I'm
That was
gonna
my
F
favorite. That was my
you."
favorite one.
Dude, I
'cause
hated every
I
one of
expected
them.
it, but the way she delivered it, I thought was powerful and
No,
cool.
dude. She
I
was
thought
like
so.
like I'm a cool, tough chick.
I think if
I
It's
don't. I don't see it as like
bad
cool.
writing.
Like who's she being cool for?
I
Like,
think
don't
the
see it-
audience.
Not well, even then. Just I don't see it as like a sign of a mark of being cool. She's not taking the opportunity to get cool points or anything.
Oh yeah, that's because she didn't. The writers did.
Yes,
Because the writers sat there and like she should have a one-liner on this guy right now.
but the thing
And
is
then
though,
I
like
didn't see
it,
it
it
like
would have worked if the movie was shot stylistically or has some sort of like uniqueness to it. But
No.
it's just too grounded to have these like dumb one-liners. And sure, I can see why you think they're cool or whatever or they fit, but it doesn't match the tone of any of it.
I don't know. Just I didn't say they were cool. I just thought they fit.
Right?
Of them,
No, right.
Some of them
they fit for you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
and I'm not a big torture porn guy. Like I hate the Saw sequels and everything like that.
Yeah.
but I kind of like the torture in this movie just because the makeup effects were really cool. The practical stuff.
Yeah. The
Like when she puts the fish hooks in the guy's eyes and wraps him around the tree. That looked, and then she rubs the fish guts all over his face. That was awesome.
I like that. My favorite part of the movie is CGI crows.
I didn't like the CGI.
This is the best part. Those are the worst looking crows I've ever seen, dude.
Those were so totally out of place. Just
That
like
was hilarious.
Just when they were capturing like the griminess of '70s slasher thrillers and everything. Like
Here come the crows.
yeah, that kind of ruined it. But then it bounced back with some more makeup.
I just
like
wish
the guy who gets his face melted with rye in the bathtub. That was really cool.
yeah, that was some good looking effects.
that was good. I just wish she didn't have to do the face she does. She does one face 90% of the movie when she looks at him. She pulls him out of the bathtub and she's like grimacing. She's like, he's dead, and then puts him back in. I was like,
I didn't mind it. didn't
One thing I
mind
didn't like about those torture scenes is that it just was boring to watch. It was just like, okay, do this to this guy, then I'm going to go back to the next guy, then I'm going to go to the other guy, and just
I like-
you know
back
why?
and
'Cause it
forth.
felt too staged.
I liked
Totally.
It was just like
And
it
it-
felt like it's like 2010, so it's like mid 2000s, but it felt like an early 2000s horror reboot.
It just went on for too long. That's the thing.
I like it when-
Both these films, I was like, all right, I'm watching it. How much time do I got left? 40 damn minutes. No.
Yeah, dude.
And the last, and it just went on forever, and I wanted it to be done.
I liked it when she shoved the shotgun up the sheriff's ass.
Sure.
And then tied the trigger string to a
string.
mentally challenged
Yeah,
guy.
so it's his fault, but then like he dies anyways. I thought he
Yeah,
was going
so
to
he kills
survive. I was like,
himself.
dude, how is he going to
The
explain
mentally
this?
challenged character was problematic. I'll admit that, but still, that sweet revenge.
Where'd she keep him, by the way?
Yeah, I don't get.
Like, what happened?
She's like,
Where was she?
So
Where did
now-
she find all the stuff, the
so-
clothes?
I'm
dude,
not-
that.
So I'm saying this not because of the peer pressure I think I'm feeling, but just thinking back on it now, some details weren't thought out quite as well. Like after the first segment, like after the first raping, she walks out in the middle of the forest without pants on, and she runs right back into the rednecks. I wonder what her.
so ridiculous.
I mean, I can't wonder what her thinking was. She's dazed and confused from this trauma and whatnot. But still, like to go back to like leave the safe space of your home. I wonder what she was trying to find the sheriff. Not the sheriff. No, she knows the sheriff is an asshole by that point. But I just wondered like what compelled the writer to make her walk out. Like is she like trying to go into town or something?
Something like that. I just don't
something
get why he had to do it twice.
And there's a kind of a clever bit. She infiltrates the sheriff's family. Like the sheriff's got a pregnant wife and a little girl.
So
She
here's the
infiltrates as
thing,
a
though.
tutor, though. That's
So what were the chances that the daughter needed a tutor at the same time she was going to
That was
imitate a tutor?
coincidence.
Like, oh my
that was big
goodness, dude.
coincidence.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't matter. At the end because I was expecting.
The daughter would be there or something, right?
Do
I
I
was
wish she
expecting the
killed-
daughter to be there, but I was even expecting like the pregnant wife to be a little more involved because you could have
Yeah.
played up
Almost.
like, you could have played up some sick psychology with that.
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
for sure.
Had she like watched that videotape instead of just the sheriff getting a hold of it right away and nothing happening with that.
I kind of wish she, to torture people, kind of wish she killed the daughter and then showed the wife the footage and everything.
I'm surprised they
That'd
didn't
be-
show the wife the footage.
That'd
Like,
be great.
Yeah, that was
That would've made
that was a missed
sense.
opportunity, I think.
I,
Yeah, but yeah, then the she got the shotgun up the sheriff's ass, and as she's thrusting, she's kind of still crying about it. It's like she's putting all her physical effort into it, but she's still remembering that emotional trauma and everything. I thought that was kind of effective on her part because I don't know. I imagine that's how it would be in that scenario. Like, yeah, you're getting back at this guy, but at the cost of having to remember this horrible, horrible event that happened to you. I thought that was good. And then the trigger pulls and another.
I don't know why his head stayed up.
Well,
yeah.
Why did he die face down, but his head remained, like his neck was up?
wasn't his head held up with a string?
No.
Oh. I don't know. It's so we could see the severed jaw via shotgun blast. It was. I don't know. I thought it was neat looking.
It didn't make sense.
Yeah, and then it just ends. I like it just kind of ends. Like, justice served, end of the day. Wow.
I didn't like the ending.
Also, didn't like that one scene where the special needs kid's out in the woods and she shows up as like a ghost.
That
almost.
was weird. That
And
was
she
weird.
just
Word.
disappears.
That was weird.
It's like, what?
Yeah, and then she
Why?
comes back later in physical form, like in the flesh.
Yeah, it just feels just so unnecessary.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't need to
cheap.
exist.
Oh, well, yeah.
I get why you like it
Yeah,
for its,
okay,
for
so
its tense,
now,
for
now,
intensity.
now that I
and-
know your guys' opinions,
Well, don't switch it.
I'm at a conflict of interest.
Doesn't matter what we
this movie.
think. If you
Yeah.
like it, you like it.
Well, still, like, I'm in
See,
the odds are against me.
it's
right?
just
That
because
doesn't
we're
matter.
strongly voicing our opposition to the film.
Yeah,
yeah, it's
I
not
guess-
against you. It's against the movie.
Yeah.
I hate the movie.
I know,
that you
but
like it.
I don't know, strong voicing makes me nervous sometimes.
Don't
It's
let
not
it.
even in your direction. It's at the.
Still, like, I'm in the perimeter of it. Just kind of like, I don't want to be here. Let's go get a coffee or something. But I
Look,
get it.
I get why.
I thought
yeah.
the movie was effective. I think it's worth a one-time watch for horror fans, and I think I haven't seen the original yet, so I can't even say how it stacks up. But on its own, it's fine. It's good. I think it does its job fine at the cost of some logic.
Okay.
I would claim unwatchable, and I wrote this as a note. I said the dude screaming after he got his dick cut off
Yeah.
was the amount of torture I felt having to watch this movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. That was a good part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snipped his dick off
That was good.
with the hedge clippers.
It
There's
made
like
him
no
eat
blood,
it.
though.
Made him eat it.
Made him eat it. Why'd he spit his own wiener out?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't
I
want to
think
chew
wasn't
on
there
mine.
testimony there too? He
I
spit
don't
some
know. I
milk
couldn't
out.
see very well. I just
Couldn't
knew
see
there
through
was
my
a
fingers.
mouthful.
Is it gone yet? Yeah, cool retro 70s gore, a really impactful event that sets the stage for everything, and yeah, good revenge thrills.
The only thing I actually liked, get ready, was these really subtle zooms on like the rapist character. There's like certain scenes where they use
Yeah,
like
those are
really
good.
small zooms,
Yeah, those are good.
and I was like, okay, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my.
Yeah. I didn't like it was handheld.
Likes.
I didn't like it was handheld most of the time. I just don't like indie movies. They have the need. They
Think
have
about the
need to-
year too. It was released. There's a lot
Yeah,
of that
there's a lot
stuff.
of indie movies always need to go handheld just so it doesn't look fake or low budget or anything. But it turns out you're making it look
You
more
making it
cheap
look
than it
yeah,
is.
exactly. If you would have taken the time to like,
Plan a shot with a dolly movement or a pan or a crane down, then it would look great. But no, just a lot of handheld.
much more
Get used to it.
presentable, that would have been.
Yeah, I that might have been intentional because they wanted to look grimy, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Like I
but
said,
It was
like I
still too clean, though.
Especially that
yeah.
creepy HD shine and just like
I suppose
Whoa.
so. Could put a grain effects filter on it or something. Make an attempt.
yeah.
But there's no swaying you guys' opinion.
No, I
Yeah.
hate this one.
I
I guess let's go on to ratings.
I don't really have anything else. Just I remember finishing this and just being like, well, this is going to be an episode.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I picked it. I was like, this is gonna get a rise out of, if no one, it'll get a rise out of me.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be. This is gonna be an episode in a good way, but nah. Wow.
Heck no.
Surprised me.
It's surprising though, like
this
how many
movie
people
in this session surprised the shit out of me.
How many people like this movie though? There's a good amount of people
Dude,
that
the fact
enjoy
it has a 33 on Rotten Tomatoes blows my mind. I'm like,
Yeah.
how is it this high?
I don't know.
Well, the tomatoes suck. No one cares about the tomatoes.
well, they're all. It's just critics. Like we're
Still,
critics.
movies aren't numbers to me. I don't know.
I think it's interesting to see like the algorithm and like what
Consensus.
everyone what the
well, maybe
consensus
maybe
is
the
of
fan
the
base
points.
thinks like me, sort of thing. They know it could be. They know it's most likely was it degrading and degrading in some capacity, but I don't know. It's like I think they were seeing like the pulpy throwback nature of it more than anything.
They should have went for it then. It's just so clean. It's so pristine. It's such an early 2000s horror movie feel to me.
In 2010, no doubt.
I know. That's why it feels even like outdated at that. It's so weird. It's weird.
Yeah, okay. So I guess ratings. You guys sound really done with this.
So it's like half a star maybe.
Half a star.
I hate this one. This was awful.
All right, Victor.
I was at 1 star, but the more I think about this movie, I just find it to be so miserable and just nothing redeeming out of it. No, I would never recommend this to a single soul. If it's just
Well, it has a fan base, so
I know that, but I'm not going to recommend to anyone else outside that fan base. Just
so half a star.
lame, half a star.
All right, out.
Not in a good, it's so good it's bad, half star rating. Half star is this is shit. I hate it.
Yes.
I was thinking 4 until we started talking. And
Whoa,
now,
baby.
now
That's
I,
high.
I know. Just,
If that's
but
what
I
you
think
want.
I'll go with a 3 because it affected me greatly. It certainly gave me some kind of idea what this is like for those unfortunate women out there, and it has those throwbacks to like 70s thrillers, those grimy horror thrillers. It has some excellent revenge at the end. Cool gore, tolerable torture scenes, and yeah, I was just with it. I was just jiving with this movie.
You were literally vibing watching.
I was
this.
vibing with the rape movie. Unfortunately,
Hey, if you
Cool.
want to vibe with a rape movie and really get an anxiety attack, watch Irreversible.
Yeah, watch something with some actual like
Yeah.
art to it. Some
Well,
actual.
This is
Talent.
a studio movie. It's very
Well, something with some actual talent. like irreversible or something.
I don't know. It's better than the rape scene in Six Guns, where that felt tasteless to me because there was no art behind that. It was.
Do you feel that this has a bit of artistic merit?
Yeah, because it has an intent behind the filmmaking. It wants you to feel oppressed and helpless, just like the woman on
The
screen.
only problem is then you don't follow up with her after the problem, like, ever.
Okay,
you just hang out with these dudes that you despise for being rapists.
That is.
I just couldn't understand. I
that
could
is
not
funky
fathom how
storytelling.
they wrote it. I was like,
that is
guys,
funky story. Maybe you should remake it again. Do it a
I
better
don't
way.
want to make.
I'd rather
spit
just
on your grave.
Well,
I don't want to make.
do a
one of
different
those.
rape grave movie.
No.
I don't
What's the
I'm not
point?
exactly interested in rape.
Especially when it's just done for shock value.
Except I
Yeah.
don't think it's shock value. I think it worked perfectly.
Because, like, okay, so sure you feel, in a sense, what she's going through, but they never stop to, like, to really sit with her in her emotions. It's just like,
Nah.
okay, there's the rape, she's
Well,
traumatized, and then it's like, all right, here's the cool revenge stuff you guys wanted.
Well, to rebuttal with that, the
yeah.
movie establishes she's not safe in any capacity in this area. Even when she went to a police officer, he was in on.
Yeah,
the
it does
whole
show
thing.
that.
So where else
yeah.
is she going to go?
Fair.
No
Well,
other
yeah.
road except kill these assholes.
I just wish it just dealt a little bit deeper into, like, the psychological, like,
That
the
probably would've been
feelings
cool.
part of it, rather than. But yeah, like, was she gonna just talk to herself?
That I think
So-
would have been distracting.
Right,
and
so-
not right.
Maybe in my mind for this movie, I would have rather had them dive into those aspects rather than just like, all right, guys, here's the
Yeah.
bloody stuff you guys wanted. Here you go.
I think
Isn't
that's
that
why I
cool?
feel like it really trivialized rape. It's like, all right, she got raped, and then for like half the movie, you hang out with the rapists, and then finally you see her again. She's fine. She's just angry. I was like, that's insulting. That
Yeah.
bugs me a lot.
Well, even then, they give you glimpses like this is still affecting her, even when she's torturing these guys. There's
It didn't
glimpses.
feel like it because the one-liners made it feel more lighthearted than it was. And it was more like she's like action hero than like I'm traumatized.
See, I don't even think the one-liners are supposed to be action hero-esque. Are they not supposed to work like an action hero?
Then they
is?
shouldn't have had.
No, this
so
reminds
many.
me of. It reminds me of the. It's hard for having the men talk about this serious
Yeah.
woman issues hard, but like
Even
the when
I'm citing.
here, I'm going to
the
bring up
fan
politics
base.
for a second, but Trump's grab 'em by the pussy remark, and then the feminist this pussy grabs
That's what
back.
I was thinking.
That's
like,
what this
a lot
reminded me
a
of.
lot
Like,
that's what I was thinking. Like a lot of the fan base could be. It's that probably a lot of women viewers of this.
yeah, I know, but like,
I feel like it's not though. I feel
No.
like this is all dudes. I bet only men like this. I just feel it.
Well, there's all these people that
I
are
don't know, dude.
hyper-examining every single horror movie out there and finding some hidden meaning and otherwise, not somewhat in the case of this movie, but like in other movies. They're always either they're deeply examining all these horror movies, looking for all the thematic elements, comparing them to modern times, and I lost my thought. Fuck. Oh, I was trying to say something neat here. Oh, I lost it. It's gone. This was pointless. This is a pointless.
movie.
No,
Yeah.
not a movie. Pointless
Agreed.
sentence. Pointless sentence.
That's all right. Sometimes
I don't think this movie's totally pointless.
I just don't see the reason behind it.
It's one thing if you don't like to watch rape, and that's fine.
Right, but you
I don't
can
either.
still include that in the movie and have like a reason for it instead of just making
See,
it just
I
do
think
shocky,
there's a reason.
schlocky.
so we can kill the
violence.
rapist.
It's like okay,
I mean, what?
Yeah.
what else is
I mean,
there?
like,
rapists should die.
yeah, it's
yeah,
like, it's
but
an
like, look
obvious
at
thing.
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. There's a rapist in that movie, and it's dealt with without rape. It's just hinted at, and they take care of him, and it works so
Oh,
well.
without filming a rape scene. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was really
Or it's
well
very like very censored, kind of right.
Sure. Yeah,
Remember-
they obscure it in some
Right,
way.
right. I don't know. I don't really know what to say anymore about this one.
Yeah, these movies, they're getting me 2 weeks in a row. Movies that make me think and stress me out while watching it.
It's good to give your brain a little bit of exercise.
I'm just not used to this kind of thing. It makes me nervous. Thanks, guys.
Let's keep it
Thanks
going.
for the
You're
mental
welcome.
trauma.
Yeah.
I guess we should cut it off there.
Yeah,
right?
I'm kind of sick of
You
this.
guys, you guys are put out.
Yeah, I hate this movie so much.
I like it better than Seoul Station, but
Oh man.
but even
Dude,
then,
if I had a if
even
there, someone was
then-
like gun pointing my head, Soul Station or Spin a Grave, just shoot me. Like I'm not watching either, dude.
well,
I'm done.
I felt there was more of a point to I Spit in Your Grave than Soul Station.
I disagree, because at least Soul Station was like, here's our message, even though we're shoving it in your face. That felt like there
It's
was
one thing
a
to
message.
talk about it, but to get across the experience of it.
I don't know.
Like if they made those homeless people, like they made you feel like a homeless person on the street.
I feel like just these exploitation gore porns, just like
Well, exploitation movies are
It's-
fun.
right.
Torture porn.
It's just surface level crap.
But exploitation's fun though. Like the
Yeah,
right
but-
kind of exploitation movie, it's awesome.
I know, but like, what point is there to it besides just the violence and the shock value?
That's it. You turn your brain off and enjoy it.
See, and that's if it wasn't had to do with such a disgusting topic,
Yeah.
like okay, fine, but it's just the fact that it has to deal with such a and then take it just down a very trivial,
Yeah.
schlocky route. Just not for me.
Yeah, even just
Not
yeah,
for me.
I can't even properly talk about it. As much as I like the movie, I can't even properly. I don't even feel comfortable talking about this because I don't feel qualified or knowledgeable about said subject matter, and
That's-
I just can't.
yeah.
I just can't speak on it. It's not my place as a male of this earth. I feel like I can't know that feelings, and I all I could do is try to understand if ever I get experience like that in my life, or at least if I hear of experiences from like firsthand or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I even feel like a dummy just speaking my thoughts about rape culture. It's just ugh.
Well, let's just say, Ryan, you picked
Ryan, you picked a doozy.
very interesting
Doozy of a
pair
double
of
feature.
films.
Well, it might
So-
be a doozy, but at least one of us liked one of them.
Yeah.
Hey, at least it wasn't a total.
It was a total
Yeah.
loss. I'll tell you this, something I am qualified to talk about. What the heck was with the jump scare sounds in this one?
In
Yeah.
in Your Grave?
They were all over the place and at the most random points. Like, there's one point where she walks around a corner, there's nothing there. Bwah.
Yeah,
I was like, there's literally nothing there. Why did you do that?
I didn't.
I think I
Dude,
remember
it's all the time.
when she was
There's
walking
so
through the house.
many.
Well, I can't.
It's like a joke,
Well,
dude.
I'm not even. I don't even focus on the little parts in something like this.
I was cracking up with how many jump scare sounds there were. It was for everything.
Yeah,
She brings out the poison stuff. Ring. She pulls a fish out of a bag. Ring. I was like, dude, like I understand it's gonna be used for torture,
okay.
but it's
I
a
thought you meant
fish,
like
bro.
a loud noise.
Oh.
It literally is a loud noise.
It's not even that loud.
more subtle, I guess.
Dude, it was loud on my speakers.
Well,
I
you
just
got
can't-
shitty speakers.
I was on
Then
my computer.
you watch this on your computer?
Yeah.
Why?
He's got the good.
I got a
sounds.
subwoofer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Fine.
Loud.
yeah.
All right. I think we should cut it off here.
I hate
Stinker.
You hate it. I don't feel comfortable sharing positive thoughts, so we're just gonna see you on the next episode, guys.
Yeah,
This,
so-
this was a week. This was quite a week.
Do you have? So you don't have your picks for next week?
I'm not solid on them yet.
Not one, at least.
Well, maybe one. But if I say something now, it's gonna be ingrained forever, and it'll set up expectations that'll be shattered later.
Well,
I mean, I could say, I'll say one possibility. I'm not sure if they'll go for it though. It's this one called Route 666.
I've heard of that. Isn't that an anthology?
No, it's
Oh.
it's like a slasher action movie. The best I can describe it.
Interesting. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so possibly Route 6.
Possibly Route 66. One of my personal bad favorites.
I'm gonna be sick for the next week, guys.
You'll get over
I'm
it.
going on vacation.
Oh, also, so my mom had an idea.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, she wants to watch I Spin Your Grave with us next time. So I'm just kidding. No, she thought it'd be kind of fun to do like mom recommendations. So for like a month,
My mom was saying that
really.
too. Yeah.
So each week we watch 2 films recommended by our moms.
Oh,
So
God.
for like when's Mother's Day? May.
I
It's
think
in May,
so.
and then
yes.
and then for Father's Day, we have our dads pick 2 films for the podcast.
Yeah.
So that's a thought. It'd be fun, something to do. That way, it's not just our picks all the time. Like,
Yeah.
see what our moms like, see what our
Yeah.
parents like. It'll be fun.
We're discussing a bunch of new topics and topics for the show that we can put on for you guys. So look out for those when they arise. Share this around. Follow us on the YouTube, on
we
Letterboxd.
are on Instagram.
We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook.
Do you have to repeat everything I say?
Do I have to repeat everything I say?
I just want to say also, this is kind of annoying that this happened today, but Kazuhisa Hashimoto died.
Who's he?
that?
It's the guy that did the Konami code. Just kind of a big guy in gaming industry.
damn.
He
He
is gone.
designed the Konami code.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's dead.
Rest in peace.
where's the
That kind of sucks.
where's my whiskey? It was just here. Damn it!
You didn't bring no whiskey.
Shh, they don't know that.
They do now.
I do now. Well, I'm done.
Yeah, we're
Talking.
done here. We're gonna go recuperate.
I have nothing else to talk about. I don't know. Anything interesting happened lately?
We're gonna recuperate from the trauma of bad cinema.
Guess not.
Guess not. See you later.